Yes, hello. Another episode in the series of Let's Get a Chicken Dinner by High Definition. The map is Erangel, and you see I don't want to drop too hot, so I opt for those little houses that are just about outside of the 800 meters, so I also will have to slide and drop. But you will see that this time I will not have any issues with other players because I will be on my own. Those houses, the loot is not a wonderful, brilliant like in other places, but usually are on their own, and there are a lot of houses around you. You can get some first weapons there, and then bloody you go from house to house, kill some other players, and here we go. So you see I'm sliding right to cover a lot of ground because it's slightly outside the maximum speed zone, and then I dive in. Not full speed yet, but trying to get a decent high speed. And now you see I'm at almost 1 in 34, which means that I drop almost to the ground until now you have parachute speed. Yeah, and now the first part of the video is a little bit boring because I'm just running around and looting stuff. So bear with me and yeah, have a look and enjoy. Yeah, if you watch my videos you see that I usually have a bit of a pattern how I move in the buildings. You also see that I try to be quite flexible and open in the beginning which ammunition range I want to go. I usually tend to have the same ammo on both guns when I'm in the mid to end game, because it just opens up a lot of space for a lot of stuff like grenades and molotovs and drinks and pills, and what with my playstyle is especially important also first aid kits, because I tend to need them for two reasons. One is I like to play in the blue zone, but I also like to shoot at people, not killing them and getting shot back at, so I usually need a lot of health stuff to heal me up. Yeah, I'm now in the second building. These two buildings are absolutely the same, so you can see I'm again doing the same routine, looking around, is there anything that I want? No, there isn't, and I'm going out. Today, by the way, you have seen I jump onto the windowsill and then I jump out. That's not intentionally. It can be good in certain situations, but it's just me noobing out, jumping out of windows. So you see I covered the whole ground. There are quite a few buildings there, so you can easily figure out that there is quite a lot of stuff there. By now I have M16A4 and Oompa Loompa, very nice to play with. What I'm struggling here, you see, is extended max, because there are no extended max. But as I'm not getting shot at... by the way, you always see me picking up a lot of... and here it is again. Jumping onto the windowsill and then crouching inside. But you see me picking up a lot of smoke grenades. If you wonder why, I wonder myself, because I not really use them a lot. So yeah. Probably just because I'm a collector and now I have beautiful gear. I have my level 3 vest, I have a level 2 helmet, I have have decent guns. And here is now the big decision. What am I doing? Yes, I am switching to the sniper rifle because I can always swap back if a better sniper rifle comes along. I love but the Mini 14 for example. And here my first extended mag of the game. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. There's a little shed to ransack, nothing in there, and now it's going on to the first of the other houses. Let's just have a quick look, take stock, look at what we have. So both are fully. I remove all that I don't need. And you will also see that I accidentally removed the 9mm, because usually at this stage I don't have 9mm anymore, but luckily I just realized it and get them back in. You also see when I play I am always keeping a little bit, you see the circle, wonderful, I'm not in the center, so I'm not in the center of attention right away, so I can get my gear up to be prepared for the end circle. Now here's the next house. You see there are two other houses on the right, two bluish houses, but I prefer to go into this one first because they are usually not contested, so I can ready up my gear. Now you will see here I'm looking around, do I see something, but I didn't look around enough because there is a bot. Oh yes, I charge, get, and kill it. Would I have been a proper player? And now you see, now it's decision time. I have an SKS, but I love the Mini 14, so I go for the Mini 14 with the SCAR, and from this moment on I'm on 5.56 throughout. This is a part of my game where I have to become a little bit better, a little bit faster. I spent far too much time at loot crates, and that's usually one of the reasons for me to die. So you see my setup, SCAR L, and back to the loot crate, check. Do I have everything? Yeah, and my setup is the SCAR L and the Mini 14, in the hope to pick up some better scopes later on in the game. I think I have a 4x on the Mini 14, and I have, yeah, and the 2x on the SCAR. That is all okay. I don't know if the laser sight is really better than the other 4 grips, but I just like the green laser coming out of it. It looks so badass. Yeah, still this house is to loot. We are a few minutes in, you hear planes, don't care, I just do my bit here. I have always a plan, a strategy. You see again, I'm picking up some smoke grenades. I always leave the stun grenades, I don't know why. I don't use smokes often, I use stun never. Also could pick up the stun grenades instead of some of the smoke grenades and don't use them either, so yeah, can be. Quick look into the little wooden shed here, and yes, pills. I love pills. I'm a little drug addict in PUBG Mobile, because you never know how many pills you need. Now, next step is, yeah, up over to the houses there. Always keep an eye out on running people. I'm still nicely in the circle, it's closing in. And yeah, time to loot. Also here, usually I'm going in over that little balcony into the room, up the stairs, turning around. And some more pills. Yeah, I love pills. I love pills. And then over the balcony and out, and next house. you might have noticed, you surely have noticed, or you are half like in a coma, that a lot of the houses appear again and again and again and again. So if you have, yes, my famous bunny hop jump out of nothing for nothing, you have a lot of times exactly the same layout in the houses that you meet, and you then can devise an optimal strategy, a time-saving strategy to go everywhere in the shortest amount of time. You will definitely agree with me that so far the loot, well, it was not too bad, but really good. Neither, I don't have an extended mag for my sniper. I only have 4 times. I don't have a level 3 helmet yet, so it's, yeah, I would say pretty average, as you can see. I have no first aid kits, and that is something that concerns me, because usually at this stage in the game I have 3-4 first aid kits, so that if I decide to follow the blue circle or to loot a long time and then go into the safe zone, which means I usually am caught by the blue circle. This time around, yes, I'm worried, but I'm quite far into in the circle, so there is a lot that would need to happen for me to die in the blue circle. And you have seen to pick up all the ammunition. Usually not a problem when you are playing alone, not a problem when you are playing in a duo and are in situations like this, because you over the course of the game will definitely find enough ammo to destroy a whole army. But if you are short on ammo and see the same gun type that you wear at the moment, then there's nothing wrong in getting the rifle up 3 times, because that empties the shells, the bullets out of the... And you see here, once and again I'm checking if I see open doors, if I see any movement. If I see no open doors whatsoever on a building, then I think it's rather fine. When I get closer, I then also stop and see if my approach has triggered some movement. You will see that in other videos. I think in this video here I haven't encountered too much of that. Yeah, I was with the guns, so if you are short on ammo and really need every single bullet, pick the same rifle up 2 or 3 times. That empties the magazine in the gun that you leave behind. It gives you, depending on gun type, 20 or 30 bullets, which can make a difference. And I have my first aid kit, my first one, so I'm happy now. I haven't encountered, apart from the bot, any adversaries, so I was pretty much having a walk in the park here so far. And finally a proper level 2 helmet without any damage. So yeah, it's looking okay. As you can see, still the loot is, I would call it suboptimal. I have heard some gunshots from that direction, but I'm not further bothered about it, because I just play my game. I have another look and see if I can see someone there, because if I can, then I need to change my tactics, because they might be able to see me. So what I'm doing now, well, you might have guessed, I am looting. Another can. I think by this time I have 10 of them. Oh, I love Molotovs. I absolutely adore Molotovs, by the way, because even if you are bad in timing or stuff like that, you can do some damage. And I like to use them more than grenades. I'm not that good in grenades. This game is probably a little bit of an exception. You will see it in the end game. Okay, and another house. And what is really surprising is these houses, they are usually very good to loot. You see, level 2 vest, first aid kits, a lot of gear, a lot of weapon accessories, so you really can get a lot of stuff here. But no one around. Now here, decision time again. The decision I made earlier, I keep to it, I stick to it. I just look, do I miss anything anywhere? No. And off I go, next house. I leave the little shed down there, because now looking at the time, at the zone, I'm in the zone, but the zone is coming in, so I need to be a little bit aware of that, but nothing major. Definitely no concern. And you also notice I like to go through windows, simply because windows do not make noise, and you don't have to close them after you to avoid someone seeing that you're in the building. Not that I bother too much about that. Sometimes I close the doors, like in this case, but sometimes I just also leave it open. I think the advantage that you have on closing doors behind you and making an empty building looking like it was not looted before is negligible. I'm not that fussed about it, so but what I'm fussed about is that the loot in these buildings is mediocre. I don't know how much am I in this? Probably 6 minutes, 7 minutes, maybe even more. I still haven't seen the level 3 helmet, still haven't seen the level 3 backpack, so despite being in the middle of the map, being in the circle, and looting houses that usually are quite okay. Now you see I found finally an extended mag for my sniper, and now the sniper has extended, the SCAR has extended, and you see it tempts me, the game tempts me a lot to change. I know that there are people in the game that love the DP28. I think yes, it puts out an awful lot of damage, but I don't like that it doesn't have a scope. I don't like that it has quite a recoil, and it's just not good enough for my playstyle. I changed the AR compressor with the sniper, and don't know if it does make a change, but it could, and because it says sniper and I use it on a sniper rifle, probably someone can leave a comment. Now I'm checking this the circle again, and the circle is quite kind to me. Doesn't need to be that kind, because you have seen I just saw a jeep. I usually do take some seconds in a safe situation to see if I can orient myself, put my strategy together, and then see where I'm going. You see, I have also put a flag in the ground where I would like to go. In the end, you will see I'm not going there. You also see that I'm quite often drive into trees for no reason. Here the reason was I was not looking where I was going. And here I just want to avoid the houses. I have a feeling that there is someone in the houses, so I go around them. And now I start praying, because I am in the red zone. And I'm driving around a little bit in a snag line. And this is my most favorite bit. I see the By the way, that is where the end circle will be, where we just passed at the house, and you see it's in the Valley of Death. So I go there, and that is my crate. I can't be shot from anywhere. The loot is gorgeous. My question is, should I take the MK14? I love that sniper. It's a really good gun, but it has only 60 shots, and it would mean that I would have 67 to 6s, loads of 5.56s, and I usually, as I said, like to stick to my ammo, because that leaves me a lot of room. You also might notice I have around 240 rounds usually, so 240 bullets, plus the 70 bullets in the two guns. Now I go out and I make a dash for the houses. It's risky, and yes, I get shot at. It's not a nice shot, but the good thing is it didn't damage my vest, it didn't damage my helmet, and hey, that's why I have met. So I'm getting back on track with my health. And here is the guy. He tries to finish me off. He has no clue where I am. And that's something I often make. A really bad mistake. If I shoot someone, I should kill them. But the adversary is a complete noob. And I go finish him off. The good thing is, he has a level 3 helmet. Okay, I just have one from the drop. Now, the bad thing is, if you're looking where the circle goes, the circle is not really my friend. I go back for a second time, have a look. Yes, I saw there was this beautiful can of whatever it is, and I go back to what I'm doing best. Looking around, thinking, shall I go and loot a bit? Yes, let's see if I can find a proper scope, because you remember I still have only a 4x and a 2x, and that is simply not good enough, especially when the circle is going towards this middle area. What I'm doing here is not really clever, but I could have been shot across the plane or from somewhere else, but as there were no shots at all anywhere, I figured out that I was pretty alone here, so I tried to DP28 again. Not for me, thank you very much. And I'm going back through the houses. I just try to find that 8x scope or 6x. 6x would be good. You also see, as I'm not battling the center circle, or the blue zone rather, I'm not really that interested anymore in the first aid kits. Trying to find something, find nothing. So what is the remaining option? I need to go across the field. As I had heard some heavy sniper shots from the buildings where we passed these two barns, where I said they will be we will be back there in the final circle. I don't want to go straight across, and that is something that I usually do, and that is where my health first aid kits will come into play again, because I like to go a little bit around the circle. Oh yes, reloading is always a good idea. I love to go a little bit around the circle. There's a car coming, there's someone shooting at the car, we will meet that guy later. I thought I saw a drop back there, and as you see, I'm absolutely no face going into the blue zone, but in this case the drop was not a drop, it was a car, and I think at the moment I don't need a car, so now I have to leg it, as we say in the UK, because you see it's in the zone. I am going into the zone and safe. Okay, car, thank you very much. I see the guy in the distance. Oh yes, I could take a shot, but it's a bit far. I have no silencer. Who cares? And he's gone. So now it's time for me to heal up. Yes. And there's shooting. We are down to the last 10, so I have a top 10 already secured, and I think it's time for me to go and have a look at that crate. We are a little bit less than a minute from the sun coming in. It is a bit risky, I have to say, but I know that on that hill on the right there is no one. I try to lie a little bit in the cover of this tree and look at the loot that I get here. It's beautiful, all that I was dreaming of. 8x scope, 6x scope. It's not easy to put them on when you are a little bit nervous because you are on the last 9. So it took me 3 attempts to get the 6x in. I know people are saying, well, you shouldn't put a 6x on a scar or something like that, but yes, and there is the next one, a ghillie suit. Poor guy, he has absolutely no idea that he gets blasted in a minute. 4 shots with the Mini 14 and he's gone. It is beautiful. So now my problem is the blue zone is coming in, and the blue zone at this moment in the game is quite heavy, I think. Can I crawl? No. The guys seem to be occupied, so that is where I have to risk it all and just make a dash for it. I'm in the blue zone, so I hope that I'm getting into the cover here. Yes, and I know the guy is on the hill there. Time for me to medi up to get my health back. And now you understand why I have so many pills, so many drinks, so many first aid kits, because I really need that. And yeah, here I say, oh god, what am I doing now? A big waste area between me and the next circle, but someone parked a buggy here for me. Must have been Baza or Sorshan, because they love to park buggies against sheds and houses. I thought I had seen the guy up there, so I tried to sneak around to get a sneaky shot around the corner. Luckily I can't see him, because I would have given my position away and probably not survived the next phase of the game. This is a mistake, by the way, that I do a lot, but I try to learn. So now I want to go to the houses. I need to get into one of these barns, the one on the left ideally, but again, not straight ahead. I am driving around, because going straight in a straight line to the house means the people in the house have a straight line to shoot at you. And if you're coming from here and he's upstairs, he has no chance to shoot me once I'm around it. I am lucky that in the house that you've seen on the left that there's no one there, because me trying desperately to get into the bloody barn, jumping up and down outside the window, that would have been an ideal situation to take me down. Okay, close the doors so that if someone comes in, we know where they are. Now, where are they? 6 left. Only 6 left. And now it's patience. I still think there could be someone in that house over there, so I look around the corner. I can't see anything. The zone will come in from there. The next zone will probably just cut off the last corner, so he has to come out. And there is movement above me, so I know that there is someone in the barn, either directly above me or in the barn next door. Also, this shed looks pretty suspicious to me because you remember we have 6 players left. That is not a lot. So we have 5 players left plus me. Which means 5 need to be in a rather small circle. I know that the guy upstairs is probably aware of me being downstairs. He might not be, I don't know. I don't want to go and take him out. Still 6 left, so still time to see what happens, and I'm perfectly in the circle. Perfect situation. In the corner of a building I can see all directions, and there is one running. Let's see if I can get a shot at him. No. But looks like he has been killed because there are now 4. I can't see his crate, but I don't care. And now you see what I mean with patience. You just heard the guy upstairs. I keep quiet for a moment. Might be a relief for most of you, but just to give you the possibility to hear what's going on. By the way, the guy upstairs, he must have heard me opening up the can to drink. Because I think he's literally right up above me. Or he might be in the other one, you never know. So there are 3 other guys left. Where are they? So he starts to throw grenades at the tree. Oh, you hear him. He starts to throw grenades at the barn. Barn, yeah. Little shed there, but the shed is perfectly located in the middle. Still 4 left. So small. Oh, now you can hear. You can see there is a guy coming. I see him a little bit too late. But he's coming out of the barn. There he is. And there is a moment where it could all be over. He misses me. Suicidal, but I got away with it, so I get out of the house because if they throw some grenades, I'll have a little bit of shelter. Oh yes, something that is also a frequent mistake. I take some some drinks, some pills, and forget to grab the gun afterwards and punch the air when I want to shoot someone. So, but in this case it was probably even to my benefit, because I wouldn't have killed him, but I would have given my... Now you see why I absolutely love the Molotovs. Look at that beautiful fire there. So if there is someone in that hut, he has a problem. And I know that there's another guy behind the hut. Ah, there he is. And gone. So, now I have 1 guy left. Where could he be? I suspect he's in the little shed. I cannot see him, but I just heard a little noise. I know he's in there. So, let's see what we can do. Oh, definitely no one there. I'm rubbish with grenades, but that's a challenge that I gladly accept. Oh yes, that's perfect. Perfect. Almost killing myself, so let's go a little bit further away, and this one needs to go in. And it goes in. And there is the guy. So, he has low health, and he just heals up. So, yeah, that was a very, very long video for a very, very long game, but I think you have seen a lot of my play style and a little victory dance at the end. There was quite a lot in there, but you see now, I'm not the guy who is jumping into the big villages and fighting myself through it. I like it more strategic. Yeah, so thanks everyone for having that time and taking the time to watch this very, very long video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some things. I hope you had some fun, and see you soon again. Thanks very much. Another episode in the series Mobile Games in High Definition.